All right, ready to dive into some cosmic history.
Always up for a little cosmic deep dive.
This one's a doozy, exploring the Lucifer Rebellion, straight from your excerpts of the Urantia Book, paper 53, to be exact.
Yes. Lucifer's Rebellion. A tale of cosmic proportions.
We're talking about who Lucifer was, what on Earth, or I guess, what in the universe prompted this rebellion, and what it all means for, well, us.
Because believe me, what went down then has implications for how we understand things like free will and authority even today.
You're right, it's not some abstract thing from the past. So, quick question, when you hear the name Lucifer, what pops into your head?
Honestly, probably not the image of a powerful cosmic administrator.
Exactly. But forget those horned devils you see in pop culture. The Urantia book paints a very different picture.
Oh, absolutely. This Lucifer, he wasn't lurking in the shadows. The book describes him as a brilliant, primary Lananandex son of Nebadon.
Okay, time for a quick celestial vocabulary lesson. For those of us who haven't quite memorized the cosmic hierarchy, what does that even mean?
Fair enough. Think of Lananandex sons as a high-ranking order of celestial beings. They've got big responsibilities. They're like cosmic administrators serving as system sovereigns.
System sovereigns, got it. And what do these system sovereigns actually, do?
They oversee entire local universes, each one with hundreds of inhabited worlds. And Lucifer, he was in charge of a local universe called Satania.
Get out of here, his own local universe. How many worlds did he command again?
A whopping 607 inhabited worlds were under his care.
That's not just a village, that's a whole lot of responsibility right there. And influence.
Absolutely. To put that in perspective, Nebadon, which is the super universe we're part of, contains 10,000 systems just like Satania.
Okay, now we're getting into some seriously big numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So, in all of Nebadon, with its thousands upon thousands of worlds, how many system sovereigns have actually rebelled?
Only 3, ever, in all of Nebadon's history.
Wow. So that tells us these rebellions, they don't happen every day. Makes you even more curious about what could make someone in Lucifer's position with so much power and authority risk it all. What would drive someone to do that?
Well, the book describes it as a crisis of freedom. That's how Lucifer saw it anyway.
A crisis of freedom, huh?
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is there wasn't some external pressure or big problem in his local universe, right?
Yeah, you got it. No, Satania seemed to be running pretty smoothly. It was almost like this crisis was brewing within Lucifer himself. No outside factors, yet he still chooses to rebel.
Yeah, hard to wrap your head around. It's
Yeah.
like quitting your dream job because of some internal struggle nobody else even sees.
Right. And this wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing either. The Urantia book says Lucifer actually wrote a whole manifesto laying out his arguments. He was prepared.
Okay, so let's get into this manifesto. It basically had 3 main points, right?
Exactly. 3 major issues that Lucifer had with the way things were run. First up, he challenged the big guy himself, the Universal Father.
Whoa, going straight to the top. And what was his problem with the Universal Father, exactly?
He questioned the Universal Father's authority, essentially questioning the very basis of the universe. He actually went as far as to call the Universal Father a myth.
Hold on, did he just call God a myth? That's pretty bold.
It was a direct attack on the very core of their belief system. And he didn't stop there. He also went after those who claimed they had actually been in the presence of the Universal Father, the Finalitors.
Okay, so Finalitors, remind us again who they are.
Beings who have completed the entire ascension process, reached the highest levels of spiritual evolution. They've attained a state of, well, nearness to the Universal Father.
They've been there, done that, basically.
Yeah.
And Lucifer accused them of what, exactly?
He said they were making it all up, perpetuating a lie to, in his view, control everyone else.
It's like he was trying to dismantle everything about the universe. And his second point of contention, wasn't that about Michael, the creator's son?
You got it. He took issue with the universe government structure itself. Specifically, he challenged Michael's authority.
Which makes sense, in a way, if he's already calling out the Universal Father. So who is Michael in all of this?
Think of Michael as the Universal Father's representative, like a vice-regent. Lucifer basically said, we don't need Michael telling us what to do. Local systems like mine, we should be autonomous.
So basically a full-on rebellion against any kind of established order. He was really going for it.
He was on a roll. And just when you think he's done, he throws out his third argument, which might be the most radical of all.
Okay, hit me with it. What else could he possibly challenge?
He challenged the entire universal plan for ascendant mortals.
You mean U.S.?
Us, ascending mortals, making our way through the universe. He believed the system dedicated way too much time to our training and guidance.
He had a problem with us getting cosmic mentorship.
He sure did. He advocated for complete individual self-determination, where mortals could choose any path they want without any structure or guidance.
He thought we'd be better off just figuring things out on our own. Some cosmic mentor he turned out to be.
He wasn't just blowing off steam with this manifesto either. This wasn't some strongly worded letter to the editor of the cosmic newspaper.
You're saying things got real, like a real rebellion.
It wasn't just a war of words, if that's what you mean. Think of it more like a battle for hearts and minds playing out across the universe.
So like a cosmic propaganda war.
Kind of. The Urantia book describes Lucifer and Gabriel, Gabriel, staunch supporter of Michael, going head-to-head in these grand celestial settings, these planetary amphitheaters.
Planetary amphitheaters. You're saying it was like a debate?
A debate, but with incredibly high stakes. Imagine these cosmic arenas filled with beings from all over, gathered to witness these two powerful figures debating the fate of the universe.
I can barely handle a debate about, I don't know, taxes or something. Can you imagine cosmic-level debates? What did they even talk about?
The details are a little thin, but from what we can gather, it was basically Lucifer trying to sell everyone on his whole freedom and autonomy platform, while Gabriel defended Michael's authority and the established order.
Talk about a tough sell, going up against Gabriel. The guy's practically the universe's spokesperson. But this communication blackout you mentioned before, did that happen during these debates?
It sure did. The book mentions that communication in and out of Satania, Lucifer's local universe, was completely shut down. Must have been a strategic move by the higher-ups, to contain the spread of Lucifer's ideas.
Makes sense, I guess. Stop the signal, stop the rebellion, although makes you think about how we complain about the internet these days.
Right, cosmic perspective. Although, on a less abstract level, this rebellion had real consequences. Celestial beings had to choose sides.
This is where it stops being theoretical, I guess. You're talking about individual beings caught in this cosmic conflict. Who comes to mind?
Well, there's Menoshia. Now, he was a seraphim.
Seraphim. Okay, angels, right. Big, powerful angel types. And this Menoshia, he was one of them.
That's right. But more than just any seraphim, he was actually second in command of Satania's entire angelic host. Like, a really big deal.
Wow, second in command. Talk about pressure to pick the right side. So he sided with Michael against Lucifer.
He did, which is amazing when you consider his direct superior, the angel he answered to, actually joined Lucifer.
Oh, no. Can you imagine that conversation? Awkward.
Right. To stay loyal to Michael in that situation, knowing his boss was now on the other side, incredibly brave.
Shows the personal stakes of all of this. But I'm guessing not everyone showed the same kind of courage as Menoshia.
Sadly, no. The Urantia book tells us a good chunk of Satania's administrative angels were swayed by Lucifer, almost a third of them.
A third? Wow. That's not an insignificant number.
Not at all. And it wasn't just angels either. 37 planetary princes also joined Lucifer's side.
37. Hold on. For those of us who don't have a cheat sheet for the celestial hierarchy, what's a planetary prince again?
They're like cosmic mentors, guiding and nurturing entire worlds as they evolve. Pretty important job, you could say.
So when 37 of them sided with Lucifer, that's a lot of planets whose destinies were directly affected by this rebellion.
That's exactly it. Their progress was disrupted, their connection to the rest of the universe jeopardized.
The ripple effects of this rebellion are huge. And speaking of ripple effects, we have to talk about Earth. Urantia, as it's called in the Urantia book.
Right, our little planet.
We can't just gloss over that. So how did this celestial rebellion, this war in heaven, actually touch down here on Earth?
We'll remember those planetary princes?
Yeah, and how a bunch of them joined Lucifer's side.
Well, Earth had its own planetary prince. His name was Caligastia.
Okay.
And he was one of the ones who joined the rebellion.
Wait, seriously? Our guy went rogue.
He did. So not only did Earth have Satan advocating Lucifer's cause here, we had our own leader basically betraying us.
Talk about bad luck. No wonder things are so messy down here. But okay, so Earth had Satan hanging around and a rogue planetary prince. Anything else we should know?
Well, the book does say that Earth wasn't completely isolated like some of the other planets whose leaders joined the rebellion. We were still connected to the universe, still part of things.
So, a little bit of good news?
Sort of. It's like Earth got hit with this double whammy of negative influence, but we weren't totally cut off from the cosmic light, so to speak.
I'll take any good news I can get in this story. But let's go back to Lucifer for a second. What happened to him and his grand rebellion? Did he ever face any kind of cosmic justice?
He did. In the end, Michael won.
So good triumphs over evil, even on a cosmic level.
That's what it looks like. Though it's interesting, the Urantia book describes Michael taking a bit of a hands-off approach at first. He didn't just immediately squash the rebellion with his divine powers.
Really? Why not?
Well, at that point, he wasn't technically the official ruler of Nebadon. He hadn't reached his full potential, so to speak. He hadn't yet gone through a crucial experience.
Hold on. So there's more to the story. What experience are we talking about here?
You might have heard of it, becoming Jesus.
Wait, you're saying the Lucifer rebellion was happening while all of that was going on?
Yeah.
While Michael was preparing for his time on Earth?
Exactly. And during all of that, Michael chose to take a less direct approach with the rebellion. He put Gabriel in charge of the loyal forces.
Wow. So the fate of the universe was hanging in the balance.
Yeah.
And Michael's off.
Huh.
Becoming human. That's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Right. It wasn't until after his time as Jesus, after he completed his mission on Earth, that Michael was officially recognized as the undisputed ruler of Nebadon. Then things moved pretty quickly for Lucifer and his followers.
So with Michael officially in charge, what happened to Lucifer? What's the cosmic justice system look like?
Well, according to the book, after Michael's victory on Earth, Lucifer and his top lieutenants...
Satan, Caligastia.
Right. They were all apprehended. Stripped of their power and authority, they were thrown in cosmic jail.
Cosmic jail. Is there a celestial dungeon somewhere I don't know about?
Kind of. It's called a Jerusalem transition sphere. Basically, a spiritual prison world where these fallen beings await their final judgment.
Okay, so they're locked up, but what does that even mean? Like, are they getting cosmic parole hearings? What are we talking about here?
Well, this is where it gets even more interesting. The book says that even after this whole rebellion thing, after everything that happened, Michael offered all the rebels a chance for rehabilitation.
Seriously? Even Lucifer? He was willing to forgive him.
That's what the book says. It really emphasizes the mercy of the universal Father and those who serve him. It's all about redemption, giving everyone a chance, even fallen angels.
Wow. Second chances on a cosmic level. And did anyone accept?
Thousands of angels and those lower-ranking celestial beings who participated, they took Michael up on his offer.
Wow, so there's hope, even for those who went astray. That's a powerful message. But what about the ringleaders, Lucifer, Satan, Caligastia? Did any of them accept this offer?
Sadly, no. The book says none of the leaders took Michael up on his offer. As far as we know, they're still in that celestial prison waiting for their final judgment from the universe's higher courts.
So even though the rebellion itself was over, the legal battle, so to speak, is still ongoing.
Apparently. Can you believe it? The case of Gabriel versus Lucifer, officially filed almost 200,000 years ago, is still waiting for a final verdict.
Talk about a backlog. Cosmic court moves slowly, I guess. But there's one thing I keep coming back to. Caligastia, Earth's rebellious planetary prince. Is he still out there somewhere?
Well, here's the thing. The Urantia book suggests he was actually making regular visits to Earth up until very recently.
Wait, what? He was here? Like walking around on our planet?
That's what it seems to suggest, yes. But with the case of Gabriel versus Lucifer now in session, Caligastia has been banned from Earth. He's back in that cosmic jail, waiting for his judgment.
Okay, well, I have to admit, it's a little unnerving to think about this being connected to the rebellion wandering around our planet.
Right.
Makes you wonder about his influence, right? Like, even if he's gone, what impact did he have?
That's the big question, and it's something the Urantia book leaves us to ponder. Caligastia might be gone for now, but his rebellion, Lucifer's rebellion, it still affects us. But, and this is important, it doesn't mean we're just puppets.
Right, we talked about free will. We have the power to choose.
Exactly. The book is very clear about that. No fallen angel, not Satan, not Caligastia, can force us to do anything. They can't control our minds unless we let them.
So it's about resisting those negative influences, taking responsibility for our own choices.
Absolutely. And aligning ourselves with the divine, seeking that connection to the universal Father. That's where our true strength comes from.
It's about making the choice for good, for light over darkness, even when things seem bleak.
Well said. And that's really the heart of this whole deep dive into the Lucifer rebellion. It's a story that's vast, right? Celestial beings, rebellious leaders, our own planet caught in the middle of it all. But when you boil it all down, it's about choice.
The choice between what's right and wrong, loyalty and betrayal, serving something bigger than yourself, or giving in to ambition. And those choices play out everywhere, from the farthest reaches of the cosmos to our own everyday lives.
Exactly. Lucifer made his choice. He chose rebellion. He chose his own desires over the will of the universal Father. But the story doesn't end there. We continue to face those same choices today.
In everything we do, how we treat each other, how we use whatever power we might have, and who we choose to follow.
And that's what makes this ancient cosmic drama so relevant. It's a mirror, reflecting our own human struggles.
So where do we go from here? After this deep dive, what are we left with?
We're left with a choice that each of us has to make. Will we choose to be part of the problem or part of the solution? Will we perpetuate the cycle of rebellion and conflict, or will we strive for something higher? The answer, my friend, lies within each and every one of us.
Well said. A perfect note to end on. A big thank you to our expert for illuminating this complex and fascinating story, and for reminding us that even amidst the grand cosmic drama, our choices matter. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep exploring those big cosmic questions.